According to the World Health Organization, 1 in every 160 children in the world is autistic. Ryan is one of these children.
Great. Good job, Ryan.
In order to give her child the best care possible, Ruth enrolled her son for an applied behavior analysis therapy session. So what are some of the challenges that autistic kids face in a regular class?
The teachers sometimes used to neglect him. They just put him aside and then they do with the others. So he has a lot of catching up to do.
For most parents, picking out the signs and symptoms of an autistic child is another challenge. I sought to find out what one should look out for.
So when your child is not responding socially to you, so you're playing with your baby, normally they're cooing back at you, smiling back at you. If some of those are lacking, those are red flags as well. Playing by themselves, maybe lining up toys consistently or spinning. If they don't babble by the time they're 9 months old, if they don't have single words by the time they're 12 months old.
The Kaizora Institute has worked with autistic kids for almost a decade now. Liz Okomba's child is currently enrolled at the center. She explains to me her journey as a parent whose child is struggling with this condition.
Even the pediatrician was quite skeptical and said maybe we've taken him to school a bit early. He's a boy, let's give him time. He's going to outgrow it. The speech will eventually come. So just from that particular point of finding somewhere where he's going to be diagnosed, then after the diagnosis, actually getting help. The therapies, what therapy do you go for? Which one is the best? How do you do it holistically?
The Institute also gives advice to parents with autistic kids. Liz tells me one of the biggest challenges most parents face are financial constraints, as these therapy sessions are quite expensive.
The cost is just too expensive. So for example, he does speech therapy. A session of speech therapy is maybe 3,500 to 4,000 shillings for only 1 hour. And the recommended number of times is they should do it 4 to 5 times a week.
According to Pooja Panessa, who is a behavior analyst, there are huge gaps in the way the condition is currently being handled. She believes that the government and various stakeholders should train more personnel on how to adequately take care of people living with autism. Pooja also says that we should create awareness, especially in the rural areas.
We don't have enough trained personnel. So even though we see some autism units within the public schools, there's not quality therapies that are going on in most of these places. So they need training, they need support. When you're working with children with autism, you mostly need a one-on-one ratio, depending on their level of skills.
Look at me. What else do you want to know?
This annual event that is filled with fun activities is designed to bring parents and children together to share their experiences. Mboha Melissa, Switch TV.